Alright, we're getting ready to head out on a bike ride today. This is approximately the route we're going to be taking. This is going from my house in Carroll Stream, Illinois, and heading northeast to my parents' house, which is in Wheeling, Illinois. Total ride today, according to Google Bicycling, is about 25 miles. That's give or take. The route that they show here isn't exactly the route that I'm going to be taking, but gives you some idea, generally speaking. So today I'm going to be riding my Schwinn, which is a aluminum-bodied flat bar road bike. It's got carbon forks. Running on 700 by 28 tires this time of year. Got my supplies here, my Camelback, just full of water right now, and just a few other necessities. And then today I'll be capturing footage with this little contraption here. So this is my helmet, and you can see that I've got my Emerson Action Cam fastened to the side of my helmet here. We're going to see how the quality of this looks compared to some of the stuff I've taken with the handlebars and also on top of the helmet. Haven't been super happy with either of those, so I'm hoping that this will be better. Alright, so I'll talk to you.
Alright, we're at about mile 6.6. Mile 6.6. And we are in Addison, I believe. And I like this part of the ride here. Just a nice lake here with a couple bridges, and on a beautiful sunny day like today. Today, by the way, is May 19th or 20th, Sunday, 2013. It's about 70 degrees out right now. Just about perfect. See, hopefully, the lake. There's trails that go all around it. Okay, now once we come through this trail here, we're going to come out to, what is this? Circle Avenue. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, that's Meacham Grove Forest Preserve. And now we're going to come out this way. One thing for people that aren't bikers, if you're ever interested in becoming a biker or a longer distance biker, I'm not sure how other states are, but here in Illinois, they do a pretty good job of connecting bike trails with bike routes on the street. So if you take a little time and you do a little research, Google Maps helps. You can find a route from just about anywhere to anywhere in the Chicagoland area that's a combination of bike routes, which are these very, got a hill here, very quiet side streets for the most part, and bicycle tracks, or trails I should say. And the trails usually include bridges over some of the busier streets. I don't like fighting with traffic, but I do like distance riding. So I'm getting over a cold, as you might be able to hear. And so I like these types of trails. Whew, okay. Let's see if you can see that. 10.6 miles. We're going at just about a 15 mile per hour pace right now. And we're in Roselle, Illinois. And I'm just about to go over, I think this is the Elgin O'Hare Expressway, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a quick look at this. Yeah, that's the Elgin O'Hare. Continue here on Plum Grove Road till we get into Schaumburg, I believe, which isn't too much further up. And then we're going to get ready to cross over Interstate 290. Okay, we are mile 13.6. Still going at about a 15 mile per hour pace. And we are approaching the Elk Grove Community Bridge. This bridge is going to take us over I-290 355. And I really like this bridge because the whole area around that expressway is very busy. And so even if I cross over it on a street, everywhere in this area that I'd cross over, you're looking at a very busy intersection to get across. I hope I'm going the right way here. I think I am. We shall see. Sign. Yeah, so the key with these trails is being able to follow signs. And that's not as easy as it sounds, because signs can be a little inconsistent at times. Or, you flash by one without noticing it, and next thing you know, you're a mile off of your planned destination. and then you got to turn around and make that mile back up. So it's not a completely simple process, and you will get turned around a few times, but alright, what do we have going on here? Let's see. Looks like the street is closed. Blinking red. Hopefully I can get to the bridge. Looks like there might be a race or something going on. Okay. Looks like a race.
Last longer.
Looks like it might be a half marathon. Hate to ride on their course, but it's the only way across the highway, as I was just saying, so there we go. There's the bridge ahead. And it's a pretty good climb here, so you can hear how much working I still have to do. Alright, so we're going to take the car path instead of the bike path. The Bussy Woods is a chain of lakes in the Schaumburg area. Anyone familiar with the Chicago suburbs probably knows of Woodfield Mall in Schaumburg. And Bussy Woods is just on the other side of 355 from Woodfield Mall. And it's got a fitness path that runs around it. I think at its longest it's about 10 miles, 10, 12 miles. And it's got other bands of different lengths. This is nice. All those runners were making me nervous. I don't want to cut somebody off or mess up somebody's race. So I just wanted to get away from that. This area is real pretty though. It's nice and large, so a lot of people visit it, but you can always find places to get away and find a quiet spot if that's what you want. Or you can find people having big cookouts and outdoor parties if that's what you want. Or today you can find a marathon. Let's see here. We're at mile 17.2 and we're 15.0 pace still. Going about 16 miles an hour right now. Alright, we're in Bussy Woods North now. This area is more open. I don't know if there's any lakes on this side, but nothing of the size of the other side. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if you can see that. There's a kind of remote controlled plane flying around up there. And we're close to O'Hare Airport, so there's some not so remote controlled jumbo jets pretty low too. This is the side of Bussy Woods where you see a lot of picnics and parties. There's something going on over there. So from here, I'm going to be kind of cutting across a few streets until we get to Arlington Heights. And once we get to Arlington Heights, there's a street there, and it's a bike route, I believe, and it cuts due north through Arlington Heights, which is a big town, towards Wheeling. Another race. Not sure what this one is, but fortunately they're all going that way and I'm going the other way. But yeah, so one side of Bussy Woods has a marathon going on and the other side of Bussy Woods has this going on, and they look like they're heading towards each other, so maybe there will be a massive race collision right in the middle of the two sides of Bussy Woods. Alright, we're at about 21 miles and still right on about a 15 mile per hour pace. Going about 17 right now, and just entered Arlington Heights. And you can see I'm on the street right now. This is probably about the busiest part of this ride, actually, that I just passed. From here it gets pretty quiet again. So yeah, like I said, Arlington Heights is a pretty good sized town, so we're going to be riding through here for a while, and we're just basically going to take a residential artery that cuts due north straight through Arlington Heights. I believe Walnut is the street that I want. But I'm turned around as to which way I need to go. So today I'm going to my parents' house to see some family. Alright, I am going to cut over here because it looks like this ends. Yeah, so I'm going to see some family. Going to see my great uncle, who at I think around 90 has flown out here from California to Chicago to see his family. And in addition to him, he's bringing his grandson, who my parents want me to meet. They say that I will like him. I haven't met him before, so I'm looking forward to that. And then my 93-year-old grandmother, who also gets around amazingly well for her age, and my aunt, and my parents, and then my own family. My wife is driving there with my kids, and she's going to meet me there, and I'm going to ride back with her. And I'm supposed to be there at 11:30, and right now it's 10:30. Alright, we're now on Schoenbeck Road. We're 27 miles in, so like I said, our 25-mile estimate was a little off. And we're heading north. Should be coming into Wheeling in just a few minutes here. Not sure what's going on here. Got a truck spraying, it looks like water on the side of the road. Maybe he's just watering the grass. So this building on the left here, which hopefully you can see, this is my middle school I went to. Actually, this is not it. This is a grammar school attached to it. Further up here, they're not Betsy Ross, but this next building over here is MacArthur Junior High School. And that is where I attended 8th grade. Okay, so Schoenbeck Road here. I'm going to take this north for just another mile or so. And then we're going to come into Wheeling. My parents' neighborhood is right on the edge of Wheeling. So shortly after we get into town, we'll be turning into their neighborhood. Okay, so here's the sign for Wheeling. This is where I grew up. I grew up just up the street there, maybe another mile or so. This is where I lived from age 13 on. I lived in this neighborhood here, in this house. We're getting onto Cherrywood Drive. Supposed to be here at 11:30. It's 11. I'm a little ahead of schedule. There's my dad's silver RX-8. A nice car. He likes it. And here we are. Okay. So for our final stats, we went 29.115 miles in 1 hour, 57 minutes, 25 seconds for an average of 14.9 miles per hour. And we are 3 miles away from crossing 5,000 for the odometer on this bike. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.